He never seen us coming. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Let's Play A.R.E.S. On the last video, we left off defeating the boss of the third stage, finding some cool glitches, getting a new weapon, and a new armor upgrade. We also got our health increased by 10 for defeating the Leviathan. Alright, we had to watch out for our circuitry. But as we continue, these are the Zytron Guardians. They fire in an arc pattern, so you have to be careful with those. Those are the last types of enemies of those types that we'll actually see. But here we have a new enemy, the Sentry Pod. Now they're kind of like the hard hats in Mega Man, where they fire the 3 orbs in a direction. So that was kind of cool having these types of enemies. Now you may notice something different with this weapon. It may be bigger. That's because I upgraded this weapon to the last rank. And at the last rank, it has 40 damage, and I also upgraded the laser SMG. As you can see, it's fully purple now, and it's extremely awesome. I love this weapon so much. Now as we get in this room, you want to stand in the middle and duck down. These maintenance drones will come from the background and you'll have to destroy them, but if you stay in the middle, you shouldn't take any damage from them. And be careful not to jump down in those electrical currents. You won't die, but they will do a good amount of damage to you. Let's see, destroy the last one there, and we are done with that. Now, as you can look at my material costs, I did extreme amounts of grinding. And I'll show you why. And I'll show you what weapon we got. Okay, the wave emitter. Now this weapon fires in a cone. It's a short range blast, but what it can do is fire through obstacles like that. Now that could be cheap, but it's a really awesome weapon, and I'm gonna use this weapon a lot for the last 2 stages of the game. It's also good for AoE. As you can see, the difficulty is getting a little bit harder now. We had to watch where we jump at. But as long as we're careful, it's not too bad. Again, you can use this to fire through these types of obstacles. So if you're actually trying to do a speed run, it's really good to do that. Now, when we get to this platform, after destroying these bomber hives, there we go. If we can do this right, we won't take any damage. Let's see. Nope, we still took damage. That is such a hard jump to get across. It's probably better just to take a little bit of damage from that. Collect the blue material. I don't even think we actually need that anymore though. Have like a ton of it. So as you can see, this weapon, we're gonna upgrade it to the next version. And you can see it gets a little bit longer, and then like the it's hard to explain, but you can see it. It gets a little more sporadic. And those enemies are the shocker balls. Now what these enemies do, they can pull you in with a force field. Let me see. As you can see, you can't destroy them with this type of weapon unless the shield is down. But if you use the wave emitter, it can penetrate through those shields. But if you get close to them, you can get sucked up like that, and it allows other enemies to do a ton of damage to you, so you want to usually avoid that if you can. This is another good grinding spot. You can go back and forth between these spots if you want to grind. I think the grinding on the last stage is still better than this, but you know, if you want a different spot to grind at. Now I did upgrade all my weapons so far except for the Berserker suit, because I don't really want to use it. It's not really worth it, but I will show it. But let's go ahead and upgrade this to the max rank. And as you can see, it has a little radius blast there. Oh, watch out for that. Whoa, I didn't even know they could fire from that long a range. But if you go over here, we collect another database. And I never noticed I can actually fire off camera. That's pretty dangerous. Okay, let's destroy these. Destroy the stupid sentry thing. There we go. Now, what you want to do is destroy these enemies right here. Come down this way to get some scrap material, but if you want to get more scrap, you can just go back where you came from. Now this is where it's going to get a lot more tricky, as you can see the lightning right there. Now if you get hit by this, you'll automatically die, so we have to be really careful. Here we go. This is where the wave emitter pays off, and that's a really easy database on the Zytron Guardians. They have 180 HP if you're curious about that. So they have more than a Zytron LA, but less than other versions. I have to be really careful here too, because if you notice the wind, you had to jump at the wind. There we go. We got through that, guys. Destroy these sentry pods, hopefully. This is why this weapon is extremely useful at this stage. If you want to do a speed run, I would really recommend having all your weapons upgraded. Time that. Okay, we got through that. When I first played, I like never noticed the wind. I had like a really bad thing at noticing things for my first time. Be careful when you come through this hallway. It's a tight corridor. And this is one of the examples where you had to fight the wind when you jump. It can be a little tricky. There we go. We got it. Here's some blue material up there. I like just to fire those tight corridors with this weapon. Now these are the examples of the tight jumps back in Mega Man, because you can hit your head on the ceiling, so you have to be really careful with those. Again, that's harder than I'm making it out to be. These jumps take a lot of practice to actually get down when I die. There we go, I didn't die there. That's one of the jumps I was kind of fearing, actually. Be careful at this part, because you can actually kill yourself right there. And as you can see, we got a power cube, or you could also call it a database, and it increases our ground damage. But we're about to fight a familiar enemy. Welcome, guys, to the Goliath Mach 2, an upgraded version with some new attacks. Now he does the same sweeping motion, but as you can see, it's much harder to dodge, and he also has a lightning attack. But since we have our weapons upgraded, this boss is a joke. And now we descend. Usually when you have your weapons upgraded, all the bosses aren't that hard at this point. As you can see, this is why I love this weapon. It does so much damage. And this one, we just want to clear these enemies. You want to be careful, because you have like that, they can jump on your head really quick. And I'm not doing a great job at taking less damage. Maybe kill those enemies there. And now let's collect some of this scrap. And you know what that means, guys. Silence. Let's create some repair kits. Because why not? Let's max our grenades. Oh yeah, I actually forgot to show you that. You can also upgrade your grenades. As you can see, it's a bigger arc blast. And if we upgrade them to the max here, they have a really giant radius. But welcome, guys. Zytron. Welcome to the Prime Guardian. Now when you first fight this boss, he's gonna kick your ass, believe me. Alright. So as you can see a little bit of the story there, they Zytron, or the machines as if you can call it, they created humanity. So we want to be really careful with this boss. He has a lot of different attacks. We can use his charge attack like that. That's pretty easy to see because he'll actually do it really quick. Let's see, what is he going to do now? Okay, he's going to throw that out. Yeah, he has two different things where he throws. You can't use your wave emitter to shoot past that shield he has on him, though. Watch out for these orbs. You can usually do that. Oh, no, darn it. I'm going to actually show that. Sometimes you can actually get behind him when he comes down and get a lot of free hits on him that way. It's not too bad once you figure out his pattern, but oh, there we go. That's how you get behind him. And if he didn't have a shield up, we would actually get more damage to him. But this boss has two parts. Yeah, so this part isn't too difficult. You want to stay out of those electrical currents on the ground. And just back up when he does that. You want to get over here when he jumps up. But for the most part, he's actually probably easier than the first version. Oh darn it, I got hit by that. When I got hit by that, I'm almost gonna die. Yeah, I'm still not great at this boss, so if you want to see great gameplay at this boss, you don't want to see this video. But it's still entertaining. And there we go, guys. We defeated the Prime Guardian with 100 explosions. And a new weapon. It seems like we're the only ones who really care about ending this. Oh, darn it, I gotta see. Oh, well. That stage is really hard to get to. I'm, like, really surprised how people could get a double S on it. But that's been it for this stage, guys. On the last... Well, not the last. On the next video, what am I saying? We're coming to the last stage of the game. And we're going to find out everything we wanted to know. And there's going to be some... what's the word you can call it? There's going to be some questioning to the UE. But that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And I wanted to say thank you for watching this far. I wouldn't have come this far without a lot of help. And particularly from Dapper Jester. He's been helping me a lot with these last couple of videos, and I'm trying my best. But until next time, guys, stay classy.